I'm here today on a round table with a very, very special guest. And this guest is special to me, too, because he's my Mexican brother. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Paul Rodriguez
What up? What
here with
up?
us on the round table. Got to say salute to you before we even get started.
Appreciate it.
You know, the
Thank
business. I'm really into business, and
Yeah, man.
you know, I work all day and every day, and I like inspiring stories. And so, just being briefed and learning about you while watching your rise is pretty impressive, man.
I appreciate it, and likewise, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm hoping to soak up some game myself.
Man, we're gonna give each other a lot of game, but
For sure.
you know, there's not a lot of Latins out there putting on and representing our culture and holding it down on a positive role model tip. You know, they don't allow a lot of us in the game. If you look at TV, if you look at video hosts on different stations and TV hosts, I think they got Mario Lopez and maybe like one other. So anytime one of us pops up and really starts influencing on a positive note, it's big, bro. It's
Yeah,
super
no, I
big.
love it. I love it. I'm blessed and honored to be a part of it, man. That kind of just came as a surprise, you know. I was just a kid skating my ass off, and then all this just happened to fall in place with that. So I'm happy to represent the culture, man.
It's tight too, cause like with cookies and with what I do, it's all passion. I'm a pothead that love the plant and that has focused my whole energy on sharing it and finding ways to share it with people, and that's turned into a really big business for me as well. And so like when you have, you know, passion or you're really into something, it could become something big, and that's important for people that are going to listen to this episode
Absolutely.
to understand that like if you're doing something out of a hobby, it could become a business. But don't jump into something just looking to make it a business. It will happen if it's supposed to happen.
Yeah. I think that actually makes it harder.
Yeah.
If you look at it like I'm trying to make money off this, and then you go at it, if you don't love it enough, I think probably when you reach certain obstacles or certain dead ends, you might not have enough drive to push yourself through it because you didn't have that love in the first place.
For sure, and it's also a whole different like style of pressure. If I were to go in the studio saying I need to make X amount of money, it'd be a depressing day because
No doubt.
with like the style of recording I like to do and with the kind of, you know, production and the kind of artwork and the videos and the artists I work with, I don't know if recouping is possible, but I know that music as a platform has helped me build all my brands.
No
And
doubt,
so,
huge marketing tool.
For sure, it's a huge marketing tool, and again, it's passion, so it worked.
No doubt.
You know,
It's
if you go in
genuine.
like, I got to make a song that's got to just get in people's ears. I got to get on. I don't even think about the radio. I've never been on the radio, but I don't think about it. You know,
I don't think you need it at this point.
fuck it. It's better being like Tyler Durden. You know,
Yeah,
from
the
Fight Club.
Yeah,
From like I like to be an underground. I like when I show up somewhere and the workers, like the people in the kitchen, the people, you know, busboying, waiting, the people, you know, that are there just working and just grinding, all know who I am. You know what I mean? Like it feels good. You know, so we
Absolutely.
got like a little underground community.
Yeah,
I want to
man.
kind of talk about, and I haven't done this in any other podcast because I feel like a lot of people do it, but, you know, growing up with Pops, that's pretty legendary. Did it help, like, mold your business sense? Did it help give you creative energy and good vibes and energy just, you know,
Yeah.
to follow your dreams?
Yeah, definitely. I grew up, when I was born, it was like right when his dreams were coming together, right when he was getting well known. His comedy was taking off. He was doing a lot of movies and stuff. So my whole life, all I saw when I was around him was a guy living his dream. So I think subconsciously from birth, it was just natural to me to like, oh yeah, you chase your dream. Like you love doing something, go for it. So I'm very thankful in that sense because from the get-go, I only looked at life as like whatever I did at that time, that was what I was going to do. Like when I was a little kid and I first saw Bruce Lee in a movie, I was like, oh, I'm going to take karate class. I'm going to become just like Bruce Lee. I'm going to do all these films. So in my mind, as soon as I had a hobby, it immediately became my calling. And this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be the best I can be. Find whoever's at the top, try to emulate them, learn from them, and just try and become that. And, you know, as I grew, I just got into all these different hobbies. Every few months, the hobby would switch until eventually I found skateboarding, and like my attention never got drawn away from it. And it just, I knew that was the one.
How old were you when you started skateboarding?
Just shy of 12 years old. I was in 7th grade, and I seen some kids at school. I was at a new school, and they would skateboard every morning before school, and I would stop because I lived close by, so I walked to school, and I would see them skating in the morning, and I would just find myself every morning stopped and just fascinated watching. I'm like, how do they do that? How do they keep the board on their feet? How do they flip it? How do they keep laying back on it? And I was like, I have to learn how to do this. I need to know how it's done, like a magician or something. Like, I need to know how to do that trick. So that's where my love began. And
Were you scared of breaking bones?
yeah. It's crazy that I even became a skater because I'm kind of like a bit of a scaredy cat when it comes to that
I'm
type
big
of stuff.
scaredy cat, bro.
Yeah.
I never played sports because I played baseball and soccer as a little guy to get pops happy, but I never really pursued it or fucked with it because I was so scared to get fucking injured, bro.
Yeah.
So I look at skaters, I was like, how are they not scared, bro?
Yeah, nah, we're scared. I mean, at least speaking for myself.
Yeah.
Which I think was a big blessing because it made me, before I would take another step further, it made me really perfect the step that I was at because my paranoia, like, okay, I'm not ready for that yet because my skill level isn't there yet. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now I'm ready for that. Boom, boom, boom. And it would just make me take the steps at the right time so that it became a calculated risk. Like, okay, yeah, sure, there is a chance of me getting fucked up here, but I know that I've prepared this enough to try it on this specific obstacle. The chances are highly in my favor that I'm going to succeed at this, so I can live with those results, you know. So, but you know, you still take those L's along the way.
You got to take L's with everything.
For sure.
So you start skating at 12. When was it when you started kind of? What was your approach to start getting noticed? I mean, like music, like sports, like any other business, to get noticed in something that's just super oversaturated. Was it skate videos? Was it being at the right place at the right time? Was it the internet? What do you think was what helped you kind of start getting noticed and building an actual like reputation as killing it?
I was real lucky where I lived, where I grew up. There was a skate shop called Valley Skating Service. It's still there to this day, and it was just behind my house. So I would hop over my backyard wall, cross the street, and just hang out in this skate shop. And I was probably, looking back on it now, like annoying because the guys who used to work at the, behind the counter, they would always play videos all day long, and I'll be sitting there watching videos all day long, asking them a million questions. Who's the best skater? How much is this? I would never buy nothing. I would just be there hanging out and then skating out front. And so I ended up just hanging out with these dudes at the skate shop who were older than me and just soaking up everything I could learn. And then they would school me to the next level guy and so on and so forth. So I kind of just let my passion for it kind of build a small little name in my neighborhood. And then my uncle, who lived with me, had a VHS camera, and he let my friend and I take the camera out on the weekends and film ourselves. So we made our little videos, and we would edit them from one VHS to another and like stop and play and put our little sponsor me tapes together is what we called them. And we took it to the next skate shop that was known to have the better skaters, gave them our video. They were like, yeah, you guys can roll with us. And then I met a guy with an even better camera who could edit, and he was able to get my video in the hands of actual sponsors. So it was just like video, hand it to this guy, make a better video, hand it to the next guy, and just climb up that ladder. And it was before internet, so that's kind of how it was done.
Probably more intimate if you get a tape and you pop it in, and you're not just seeing it on a phone that people.
Exactly.
So you get a tape, you pop it in, and it's just fire and it's dope. I mean, like skating and film go hand in hand. You guys skaters kind of set the trend for like the lifestyle film, like little blogs and videos. And that's the key to success for me too. Like I documented everything from the breeding of the strains to the growing of it to the naming of it to, when I started Cookie's Clothing, actually doing the prints ourselves, pulling the strings through the hoodies ourselves, boxing and sending out and documenting that. And this was at the time of the internet, but it just had people so engaged, and it kind of creates that real lifestyle.
100%. I mean? Like when people can relate to you, it's game over.
It's important for them to buy into you as a person, right?
Yeah, and it's even easier when you're that person. You're just being yourself, because when you being naturally you and people buy into that, you don't have to cover your tracks or anything like that.
Or you don't have to put on a front. There's so many artists I've ran into just being being a rapper that just keep this image and this persona going at 24/7. Like they never could actually be themselves or fuck around and crack a joke, or they just gotta be Mr. Tough Guy.
I know.
That's sad,
I see
bro.
that, yeah.
That's fucked up. I'm like, damn, like I feel bad for those people. I'm like, this sucks. I
Kinda
like being
paint
me.
yourself in a corner.
Yeah, you kind of just kind of leave a lot of life off the table if you act like that. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we're all humans. We all have the same emotions. We all, you know, sometimes are nervous, sometimes are confident, sometimes are happy, whatever. We all have these emotions. So, like, we're not all just these fucking, you know, superheroes nonstop. You know what I mean? We have
and
our,
straight full character 24/7.
yeah.
I feel bad for y'all, man. if you're listening to this and you're an actual rapper that does that, man, just let go, bro. It's okay to be normal. It's okay to live. It's okay to be a person. Where did your business savviness come from? Because it's one thing to become a skater and to be known, or become an artist and be known. It's another thing to find like sponsorship and people to support your love and your hobby and your passion. But it's another thing too to start making business out of it.
Man, it's hard to pinpoint. I mean, I guess I always had a dream, like going back to seeing my dad doing his thing and, you know, making a real good living for himself and following his dream. I always thought big early on. So when I got into skateboarding, I fell into it just because of the love and passion. But it's a culture where it's like you're not supposed to want to make money. You're not supposed to want to get big sponsors. It's all about the love. You know, don't sell out. So it was weird for me because I was naturally a big dreamer. So when I got in skateboarding, I naturally wanted to do it as big as possible. Find out the guy who's the biggest name, who are the biggest legends of the game, and be like them. And I noticed guys like Andrew Reynolds was one of my heroes, and he left Tony Hawk's brand. He was riding with Tony on Birdhouse, and he started his own brand called Baker Skateboards. Mm-hmm. And early on, I remember seeing that, being like, man, one day, you know, I want to start my own brand and build my own team and leave a legacy in the culture. So it was just more like, I don't want to say accidental, but just evolved, because I wouldn't say I really have business savvy. I think I just have the desire to want to be, and am willing to learn and willing to take risks and kind of figure it out.
You got vision.
Yes, there you
got
go.
Vision, bro.
There you go.
Vision is not something that any dollar could buy. It's not something any school could teach you. You just got to have it. And that's,
there you go.
I think that's the key word is vision, because, yeah, man, it's definitely tough, especially like in a culture where people can consider you selling out or just doing too much, or how do you provide a business for the family and for yourself while doing something you love without people being like, oh man, he went to Hollywood, or he played out, or nah, it's not the same no more. You know, he ain't down to break a bone anymore. You know what I mean?
Ah, man, that'll never stop. But I did, though. I made some moves that people would say was sellout. But, you know, I always made moves that I felt good about, whether they felt it was a sellout move or not. I definitely made some business decision moves when it came to certain sponsorships, willing to pay me a certain amount of money. But I always had the plan in my mind. Let me do these things, and always came through with the skating. Like, as long as the skills always came through, say whatever you
people
want
say
about
whatever
me.
they want, but you can't see me when it comes to this.
As long as the skills were there, feel how you want to feel. But I always knew in my mind, let me build over here, let me stack up over here, and then use the scenario to then launch my own situations and start my own platforms and build a sustainable business for myself beyond skateboarding, because I can only do this for so long anyway, and I don't want to change my lifestyle. So
yeah, there's gonna be a certain point where, do you have kids? Or
I do. I got a daughter.
So me too. My daughter's 11 years old. And
mine's 10.
Yeah, that's the most important age ever as a father, to be there, especially having a daughter. And I don't think I'm going to be able to be going all the time. Like, by the time she's 16, I really need to be in the house.
Yes.
By the time
Teenager
she's
status,
16,
yes.
like, I need to be there to make sure that none of the shit that I witnessed as a grown man is ever, you know, you can't prevent everything, but being a good father eliminates a lot of bullshit potential drama.
Especially with daughters.
So my goal has been to work hard enough to make sure that by the time my baby is 16, I'm chilling.
Yep.
I'm not going to be able to be out here rapping and doing this and looking over every design for the clothing line, and just, it's, 15, 16-hour work days. So when do you think, like, so, you start skating, you get a great reputation, you get sponsors. What was like the first next level to before Primitive? Like, what was like the first, would it be Girl, like rocking with Girl, or?
Yeah, Girl. At the time for me, that was like the biggest honor because they were the most prestigious company, and if you got asked to ride for them, like it said something about you because they were real strict on who they let come in their circle. So that was huge for me. And then from there, I went to ride for Plan B Skateboards, which was a brand that was around that kind of went under when their founder passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And two other legends in skateboarding, Colin McKay and Danny Way, wanted to revive it, and they wanted to bring it back with like a really exclusive team. So they hit me up and about 4 other guys to relaunch the brand with, which was like another huge honor. So I went and did that, and then after about 8 years on Plan B, I realized I have a certain amount of window of prime for my physical abilities, and I was fortunate enough to be the type of person that in our world that would be able to launch a brand and it would work with them. So I decided to take the risk to do Primitive Skateboards. We had already had the sneaker shop and already had some clothing going on, and I was like, well, it doesn't make sense if, I ride for Nike head to toe, so I couldn't really represent Primitive without being in conflict for Nike. So I was like, well, it doesn't make sense. Like, if I go, it would make perfect sense to start Primitive Skateboards. That way I can represent Primitive and help the brand. You could build
it without burning a bridge with Nike,
exactly.
Which is one of the biggest brands in the world.
Yeah.
Salute for that.
Yeah. So I decided to do that, start my own team, and we're about to celebrate 5-year anniversary on April 10th. And it's been a blessing. And the one thing I didn't realize that would be so satisfying is like finding other young talent or helping other guys' dreams come true, like guys who had aspiration becoming pro skateboarders. Now I'm in a position where I can basically sign them, like a record label or something like that.
Yep, put them on, put them in position.
Yeah, put them on and help other people's dream come true, and then help build this thing that will be there, God willing, when I have to retire or step down or whatnot. And so far, so good, man.
You got a good reputation with it too, because before we came here, I just made a few phone calls. One of my partners in Cookies, Eric Fan, makes a lot of skateboards for a lot of the companies. And I was talking to him, and he was like, bro, the team he's got has been kicking ass. And so you got a talented squad too. So not only are you a boss, and not only you great and talented at what you do, but you got a good eye for talent, and they're representing your name and your brand well, which is super important.
I'm very lucky, man. I got very, very good partners behind the scenes and a very good team in front of the camera. So I've been very lucky, got some great friends, and try to, really nurture and keep my relationship strong with people.
So I want to get some game from you. I want to know.
I don't know what I could teach you, man.
No, you could teach me. You could teach me. Trust me. How did you get in contact with Nike? Like, obviously, they probably reached to you on some, but how did you get into business with Nike?
Yeah, so
that's mafia.
So luckily for me, early on, I was willing to try things that were out of the norm. Like, I was one of the early guys to have a manager. People didn't have managers in skateboarding. It was just a bro deal. No contracts. Just like, yo, dude, you're just down. Let's just be down. And it was like, all right, but dudes were definitely not getting their worth. So luckily I had a manager, and she was actually in the process of negotiating a contract with another shoe brand that was a smaller skate shoe brand at the time, and I had a signature shoe in the works, and it was getting ready to launch. And my best friend, he lived with me at the time. He worked at the local skate shop, and the Nike rep came in there knowing that we're good friends and said, hey, Sandy Bodecker over at Nike SB wants to talk to Paul about being on Nike. So he called me. I'm at the house. I get in my car, I drive down there, meet up with the rep. He's like, yeah, would you be interested in meeting with Sandy Bodecker? Absolutely, of course. Next thing I know, a few days later, I'm on a plane. I'm in Portland. I'm up at the Nike campus in Beaverton, and I'm in this dude's office. He's got the most amazing artwork on his walls. He's super high up at Nike, made soccer into their, multi-billion-dollar business, and now his mission is to build skateboarding in Nike. And he was like, and we want to build it with you. They had already started the program, and I was just like, I'm tripping. I'm like, I'm 19 years old. I'm like, don't know what to say. I'm nervous as hell. I'm in this, it's like such an intimidating situation. And they just straight up said, we want to, have you be our main dude. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And my manager, you know, I left her to do the dirty work of the negotiating and all that. I flew home. She hit me up a few days later, and she was like, you know, here's the deal. Here's what they want to do, blah, blah, blah. You know, listed everything down. But the one thing they didn't list was a signature skate shoe. And, like, for me, my dream as a kid was, like, I have to have a signature board, signature shoe. The dream will be complete.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, did they mention anything about a shoe? She's like, yeah, they don't want to do signature shoes with anybody. I was like, and I was so young and naive enough at the time to not care. And I was like, I can't do it then. I was like, I can't. My dream is to have a shoe. And I already have a sample with this other brand. And it's getting ready to launch. I was like, I have to do it. And she was like, are you sure? I was like, I can't. If my dream's not complete,
She's
I
like,
can't.
oh, you're going to fuck us up. Don't do this.
She was like, okay. And next thing you know, she, you know, calls him, tells that she calls me back, you know, I don't know, a few days later, whatever, like, okay, they'll do it. And I was like, are you kidding me? Let's do it right now. Like, so it was just a blessing from God, man. Like, I was on their radar. I was making a lot of noise on the scene, and they came to me, and I was lucky to be young enough, and I don't even want to say naive, just ballsy enough.
Nah, you push back. Like, in negotiations, you have to choose what you push back on.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's a bold and a long, like, you got to go long when you push back.
Right.
I push back on things sometimes where they're like, well, go fuck yourself. And it walked away from me, and I'm like, damn, what if? But when you push back, I usually follow my gut. You followed your gut. You're like, look, I'm 19 years old. These guys want to do business with me. It's a beautiful, huge company, but this is what I want if I'm going to go into this with somebody, knowing that I can't go into it with someone else anytime soon.
Right.
You followed your gut?
Yeah, it was just from a place of, my gut, a place of passion. Like, dude, this is my dream. Like, I'll always regret it if I don't complete every piece of my dream together. It won't be whole.
For the listeners right now listening, like, for motivational purposes, let's list a couple other people that have signature shoes.
Okay, we got Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Kevin Durant.
Shout out KD, that's my boy.
Yep. And then Kyrie's not at 10 yet. Myself, and I feel like I'm missing somebody, dude. They're all basketball players.
Are you the only Mexican with a signature
only Mexican.
shoe? That's what I wanted to hear. I just wanted
only skater.
I say it loud and proud, man. He's the only skater, the only Mexican.
Yeah.
And you're from California?
From California, born
with
and
a
raised in the
signature
Valley.
shoe. That's fucking humongo. That's big right there. That's motivation.
It's a trip, man. Well, I appreciate it, man. It's just a blessing. I can't thank God enough.
I remember a shoe I bought back in the day. I think it was a Dunk. And I'm bad. Look, I will admit to my fans and to listeners, I suck at cars. I suck at shoes. But I think it was a Dunk. It was like a hemp Dunk. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Okay, bro. I've been on a mission.
420 Dunk.
Yes, it was the 420 Dunk, right? And it came with blue strings. And this is before Cookies was out. And I talked about this on the podcast with Al Harrington the other day. I'm on a mission to figure out how to do a hemp Dunk for Cookie. I want to do a hemp Dunk so bad because that shoe was amazing and somebody stole it from my house, so I don't even have my own pair anymore. But that would be my goal, is to somehow wiggle and start a conversation with someone that understands the benefit of where cannabis is at right now, the influence we have in this space, and how big a Cookie hemp Dunk would go. It'd probably be pretty wild. So I'm going to put that bug in your ear because the round table is all about networking and bringing resources together. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I can plug you with the guys I know over there, and hopefully they'll plug you with the people that make those decisions.
And if for some reason, if it doesn't get that far,
along.
then I just want the 13 hemp Dunk, the 420 Dunk that I was stolen from me back in the day. So that's my goal, to somehow get that shoe back. It was sick.
Yeah,
that shit
somewhere,
was dope.
Somebody listening has them.
They got them. I wear size 13.
13? They got to be out there because that's a rare size.
Yes, sir, 13. And I had the one with the blue strings. And I think it might even almost be cookie blue, damn near.
That's amazing.
More about Primitive. So I mean, I checked out the website. I've seen it on hella backs. Like, I've seen it everywhere. And actually, my partner that helped me build Cookies, he's a manufacturer and does the cut and sew and does the accessories.
That's awesome.
He does my backpacks, all our hats, our beanies, our wallets. He does a lot of stuff for us. But he said that he almost had an opportunity to work with you on Primitive.
Really?
Yes, back in the days. But we ended up working together before that opportunity kind of came to all the way
So
to.
you jammed us up now.
I stalled out some of the accessories possibly, but
playing.
Primitive is killing it, bro.
Thank you, man. It's a huge blessing. We've had our breakout year this year. You know, Primitive is now 10 years old. This summer will be 11 years old, and it's been a hell of a ride, up and down and sideways, every kind of way, but the right way up until this last couple years. And I'm just so glad we stuck in there, fought the battles, and really stuck to our guns. And everything's kind of coming together, man. I can't give enough praise to my partners, Jubal Jones, Heath Brinkley, Mitch Bhatia. These guys really are the brains behind the machine, you know what I mean? And I've been very fortunate to link up with these guys, and we built this thing, brought it back from damn near being out of business, and learned so much.
I've seen it pop again hard because I always wanted to get in the clothing business, and I looked up to guys like Nicky Diamonds from my city, and I watched Pink Dolphin do their thing, and a lot of people doubted Cookies as a clothing line when it came out. They kind of just called it's a weed brand or whatever. But we got into cut and sew really heavy, and if you know about the business, what you do, if you're listening, cut and sew is a big risk because the margins are very low,
slimmer, yeah.
and people might not buy it, and you get stuck with it, and it's more safe to stay with printables. But I've seen the evolution of Primitive and watched, like, I was looking at the website today before I came here. The shit is fly. You guys got dope ass shit.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Dope.
That's Jubal Jones, man. He's our head of design, one of our founders, and he's the guy with the eye for this stuff, the eye for the fashion. He stays in touch with the culture, and he's the one who hires the designers and really oversees that whole department. And the biggest thing that I do right is leave him alone. Let him do his thing.
Let him do what he's good at. Yes.
Let him do his thing, and everybody plays their position. And so, yeah, cut and sew was a big risk, but if you want to become a full-blown clothing brand, that's kind of what you got to do. Otherwise, you're just like a T-shirt and hat guy.
Yeah, you have to have it, and it actually separates you from everybody else, and lets people know you're in it for the long run. If I'm gonna do cut and sew, then I'm risking a lot, and we're dedicated to make sure that people can wear clothes, because not everyone is gonna wear a big ass shirt that says Cookies or Primitive, but when you get a nice cut of clothing and it's the logo's nice and clean and placed properly, anyone could wear it. That's kind of like the goal. That's the next step of clothing, in my opinion. Do you feel like the skating culture has a lot to do with what streetwear is today?
1,000,000%. It's really cool to see, man, skateboarding getting that kind of shine in this in like it's transcending just skateboarding, which some skateboarders will probably have a problem with, but I love seeing it spread, man, because we've been so influenced by popular culture over the years. It's kind of cool to see us now be embraced by it. But it totally has, because of guys like Nicky Diamonds, you know what I mean, like who've been able to break down that door and really expose our culture and show like how deep we are. Like, music and skateboarding go hand in hand. I mean, we've really been influenced so much by especially hip-hop, but all kind of genres. That's what helped us develop our style and our fashion. There's so many things I think we can identify between those cultures, just coming out of something from nothing, you know what I mean? Just starting something, a creative endeavor, and building it from the dirt to the sky. So yeah, it's definitely now influencing big time.
What is your thoughts on the movie Kids?
I love it. Shout out to my man Hive.
Man, that shit was like the dopest movie growing up. That's what we all gathered around and faded on a little blunt to roll up and smoke with the homies and watch Kids. And but I feel like it did so much justice to kind of like show light on the culture. Like, it really popped. For me, it opened my eyes. Like, damn, these kids are wild. They're living. You know what I mean? They're enjoying life. They're out there. There's the music involved with it, the weed. It's just, it was crazy. It was an eye opener.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of guys in skateboarding come from rough backgrounds. It's something real easy and accessible to get into. It doesn't cost a shit ton of money. You don't have to have a team to play. You just need a decent piece of concrete, a skateboard that at least rolls, and some decent shoes. $150 entry level just to get started, and you can have all the fun you want by yourself. And then you meet other kids of similar interests at the skate park or at the local skate spots, and you just build these bonds that last a lifetime. I got friends, I mean, that we're still friends because of skateboarding since we've been 12 years old. You know, it's crazy how it grows just organically, man. I don't even know how to...
What'd you think about, have you seen Mid-90s?
I have not yet, but I feel bad because that I haven't seen it yet. But shout out to Jonah Hill, shout out to Mikey Alfred. Everybody says it's such an amazing movie because years back I did a little skate film with Rob Dyrdek that he wrote and directed, and it was, from the skate perspective, it was genuine, but from a filmmaking perspective, amateurs, we don't know what we're doing. So like to see a real genuine filmmaker who came up in skateboarding, combine it with like the real story of skateboarding, I love it.
It was pretty good. I watched it. It was dope. And the reason why I was asking these questions is because I'm a movie guy. Like when Cookies ends up, you know, doing his thing or hopefully exiting, or when I decide to take it and pass it on to my daughter, whatever the destiny will be, I want to get into film.
I heard you on dramas,
like
man.
I want to get into it bad.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could walk away right now and just start fucking with film, but I feel like you definitely have like a story that's more than film worthy. I was curious if you ever thought about diving into it, if that's something you want to do, like a life story type thing, or like have you done a documentary yet on yourself? Or
no, I mean, people have done some day in the life, little small documentaries. I mean, I'm not really so much interested in telling my personal story, but I want to be an actor. You know, I study acting right now.
I want to be an actor so bad too.
Years,
I swear
man.
to God, I do. I think I'd kill something. I try to switch up moves when we're with the homies and getting. I'm like, just tell me a move. Tell me. I try to bust it off because I really want to. I want to be in acting too someday, for sure.
I got a huge passion for it, and you know, my goal is as skateboarding dwindles down, I will, you know, evolve into that. So like for the past 2-3 years, I'm in acting class.
You've actually done acting class?
I do acting class.
I want to do it. I'm hella scared to go, bro.
Dude, yeah, you get hella nervous at first, but then you start breaking out of your bubble. It's really good. Because,
man, put me on with your coach, with the class. I really want to go. I just want people to make fun of me when I go because, you know, shit, you might fuck up or, you know, I don't know. But I want to do it. I really feel like I'm good for a good mafia role. Yep. I'm good for something. I don't know what it could be, but I want to do it bad. So when we leave here today, I'm gonna definitely get your information. I'm gonna pull up to class with you, bro, and try to
Spicer Sturgis, man.
Man, Spicer Sturgis. That sounds like a manly ass name.
Yeah,
that guy's he's probably gamed up for sure.
Yeah, man, he's Will Smith's guy. He's out with Will Smith right now. Yeah.
Swear.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Damn, I might not be ready for that one first. I might have to just like.
Nah, you can't. It's because it's like a class setup. So like you start in levels, and so you go when you first start. You start in the first level, and they just have you like teaching you techniques and exercises, and you're in there with everybody's just as nervous as you are. Everybody's just as like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird because they have you making crazy noises, doing crazy shit with your body. You feel stupid, like, but it helps you break out of your shell. Because me personally, like, I'm socially, I get sometimes real nervous or anxious, and it's really helped me like be comfortable with myself. So
yeah, open up and not be out there. Make you do some weird bird noises and shit.
Yeah, all kind of noises, animal noises, crazy like improv, random shit, and there's no right or wrong. And after you go to about 2-3 classes, then you're not so nervous anymore. You're like, all right, now I look forward to class. And then they put you into scene study class, partner you up with somebody, give you a scene. All right, bring it in next Saturday, perform it for the class. And then the teacher will just stop you in the middle of it and tell you you're doing shitty. He don't give a fuck. What the fuck was that? It's bullshit. I don't believe you. Do it again. Here, and he'll give you notes, send you back.
You, huh? Yeah. That's real, huh? Yeah. Like, act like your mom just died, so you just do it. And it's like, nah, I don't believe that shit. You're lying. You're full of shit.
He'll crush your fucking soul, and you're like, fuck. And then next week, you got to come back and do it again. So it's, I don't know, toughens you up. It's good.
I'm going to do it. I need a hobby besides all this work. I'm going to do it.
It's great.
For the listeners right now that are diehard skateboarders that are, now it's a new game. Now there's the internet. Now there's a bunch of clothing brands. Now people are looking for the guys that like yourself, the new up and coming, to sponsor and to. What's the best advice you can give them to start off by getting some free gear, getting some clothes? What's the best advice you can give them with today's game? Now with Instagram going and all that, how do you stand out if you really want to be noticed?
It all comes down to the skills, man. You have to love your craft. Like what we were talking about at the beginning. Like
Mhm.
you can't just start off from like, oh, how can I be a rich and famous skateboarder? Well, first of all, there's not that many rich skateboarders anyway. It's got to be you fall in love with the craft of skateboarding. If you love that shit, like you can't go to sleep because you're thinking about trying to learn a trick that you want to do tomorrow, and that shit like absorbs your whole mindset in your life, you're already on the right path. Now, these days is much easier. Back when I was coming up, like I said, I had to find a camcorder that my uncle let me use. Now you just got it in your pocket. So
Fucking
every day,
iPhone.
document your progress, have your homies film you, put together little edits right there on iMovie, and DM. You got a sponsor, go on their Instagram, DM them your footage, a link to your footage. Show them. So what? If they don't respond or they say it's not good enough, okay, try again. Okay. That's what you learn from skateboarding. You fall over and over and over and over and over, and you finally do it. So the process of trying to get recognized is the same thing. Send your footage in. Nope. Okay. Send your footage in. Nope. Okay. And just know that as you progress, as your passion helps you grow every day, like it's gonna happen. It just takes that one person to respond, and your foot's in the door. And just don't ever let up off the gas.
You gotta stay focused. You gotta stay persistent, consistent, and you gotta have it. Either you have it or you don't. And if you have it, you just gotta keep. You don't know what to do. You follow your gut and get it cracking.
Exactly.
For places that you traveled in the world, I'm sure you traveled all over the world. What's another place besides home that you really enjoyed that embraces the culture, that had dope ass, parks to skate at, that had just that whole vibe? Like, is there another city or state that really stood out to you?
Barcelona, baby.
Fucking love Barcelona,
the
bro.
best.
We just left Barcelona.
How awesome is that?
I want to make an album called Summer in Spain. That's how much I love it.
Yes.
But the vibe there is crazy. The
So
people
good.
there is crazy. The food there is crazy.
Amazing food.
Oh my
The
God,
jamon,
my
man.
fat ass
Oh my
loves the
gosh.
food in Barcelona.
It's the best.
And they got social clubs there. That's a really good. I'm glad that you were able to say that's that place, because it's a special place in my heart right now.
Dude,
Barcelona's dope.
it's I recommend everybody go there. Skater or not skater, whatever. It's a great place, man. Beautiful country. People, like everything you just said.
Super kind. And someone said something to me in Barcelona that stuck with me, and they said we'd rather make a memory than make money. And so out there, they take the nap, they take the siesta, and everyone wants to have drinks and food and relax, and no one's in a rush to do business out there. They're chilling out there.
They are posted up, and they're so laid back with skateboarding. Like out here, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes you go skate, cops come chase you out, get kicked out all the spots. Out there, they don't really care. It's very rare that they kick you out of spots, even at their like like probably the most famous spot called Makba, the Museum of Contemporary Art there. Dude, it's the museum, and they let you skate there all day long on the granite ledges, and people coming in and out. It's amazing. They just really embrace it, or just don't care. And
Salute to Barcelona.
yeah,
dude.
shout out Barcelona.
We're gonna get a house out there soon, just to
nice
make
little
sure that
villa.
every summer we have a spot in Barcelona and Ibiza to enjoy. And I didn't even party when I went to Ibiza. I went there for the food and for that clear ass water in the middle of the Mediterranean that felt so goddamn good to swim in. And the last question I got for you is, the skate world, in and out. Who's the top 2 smokers I need to get with? I want to. Like,
just top 5 million.
who's the guys I need to bring a bag to, though? Who do I need to go bless?
See here right now. Let me make sure these dudes don't have sponsors that I shouldn't mention that to. Man, dude, now that you tell me, I'm running a blank. Even though pretty much everybody.
I want you to ponder on that when we're off camera, and maybe because I don't want to fuck up nobody's sponsorship. But there's a couple guys I need to get bags to. I know weed and skating go hand in hand, and I want to provide some of this good herb for some of the boys out there putting in work. Some of the bosses of the skate world, they can share with their friends or whatnot.
No doubt.
For the listeners that aren't familiar with your social media handles, you want to shout that out?
Yeah, man. You can see me on Instagram at prod84, PROD84. You can catch me on YouTube, prod vids, Facebook, prod84. And that's pretty much it, man.
Follow my boy. This is the only Mexican with a signature shoe right now with Nike. That's fucking humongous. I appreciate you for the game,
my pleasure.
the good
Thank
energy, the conversation. And we're going to, there might be a primitive cookie collab coming soon,
Hey,
maybe. I don't
like
know.
that.
Just put it into the world, put it into existence. The round table is all about business and networking. Much love.
Absolutely.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. If you like what you're hearing, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel.